On November 22nd, history didn't just happen, it came out swinging. So let's run down the biggest moments from this date that shook the world. First up, 1718, Blackbeard meets his end. The most famous pirate of all time goes down in a bloody brawl off North Carolina. It took 5 gunshots and roughly 20 sword wounds to finally drop him. When it takes that much effort to kill one guy, you're not dealing with a pirate. You're dealing with a final boss. 1858, Denver, Colorado is founded. What begins as a scrappy mining settlement turns into the mile-high city, home of beautiful mountains, questionable football seasons, and people insisting their craft beer is the best on earth. 1943, the Cairo Conference kicks off. Roosevelt, Churchill, and Chiang Kai-shek sit down to map out the future of Asia during World War II. It's basically the original high-stakes strategy meeting, except instead of spreadsheets, they had cigars and world domination on the line. 1963, President John F. Kennedy is assassinated in Dallas, a moment that stops the world cold. The shock, the grief, and the endless conspiracy theories all begin on this day, one of the deepest national wounds in American memory. 1963, Lyndon B. Johnson becomes president. Just hours later, LBJ is sworn in aboard Air Force One, standing beside a devastated Jackie Kennedy. It's one of the most powerful and somber transitions of power in U.S. history. 1968, the Beatles release the White Album, a chaotic masterpiece filled with hits, weird experiments, and a whole lot of band drama. It proves once again that even when the Beatles were barely speaking to each other, they could still out-create just about everyone. 1986, Mike Tyson becomes the youngest heavyweight champion ever. At just 20 years old, Tyson blasts Trevor Berbick into next week and grabs the belt. The man hit like a freight train and had the attitude to match. 1990, Margaret Thatcher resigns as British Prime Minister. After 11 years of shaking up the UK, the Iron Lady steps down. Whether you loved her or hated her, she changed British politics in a way few leaders ever do. 2005, Angela Merkel becomes Germany's first female chancellor. A former scientist walks into the political arena and ends up running Europe's biggest economy for 16 years. Quiet, steady, and tough as nails. The opposite of most politicians today, and that's your November 22nd. Pirates, presidents, rock legends, boxing monsters, and world-shifting leaders. Not bad for one day on the calendar. If you enjoyed this trip down the rabbit hole, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Smart History for Dumb Times.